I never asked for this. Yeah, I play Adam Jensen. He's a badass. He's a security guard who had an accident, and he gets what they call augmented. So he gets all these cool, I guess you can call it machinery, added to him. And it helps him to figure out why this happened to him. He is badass. I love him. He's like as far as you can go being a bad guy, but still being a good guy. You know what I mean? SI Security. Name's Jensen.
Eliza is the newscaster. She does have something for Adam. She does develop a kind of a warmth and she has a soft spot for Adam.
My character is not necessarily very well liked. He's a bit of he's annoying, and he's the kind of person who is like, he's a nag. He's a nag with a central character. So he's not a bad guy because he's working with Jensen, to fight the bad guy. So he's not bad, but him and Jensen have an adversarial sort of relationship. So he is in the office in his control studio, and he's always constantly communicating with Jensen and telling him he is his eyes, his ears. He has all the sort of surveillance equipment, and he is his intelligence as well. So he helps him and guides him along his missions. He's almost like his partner, but he's a remote partner, so he operates remotely in an office.
You get, with most video games or films or television or whatever, you have an arc. You have a character arc. And as an actor, you look at the arc and you judge the character, the choices he makes and where he goes. With Adam, it's not up to me. It's not up to the writers even, it's up to the player. So the only person I can judge is the player. So I pick what I would do. Like when I was reading the script or going through the recording sessions, I would say, this is what I think, where I would take Adam, where I think Adam should go. But that's me. Anybody else who played him would take him in a completely different direction. So I can't really judge the character. It's very difficult to judge the character. So it's tricky to play him because you have to play every possible angle. And in this game, there's so many choices and ways you can end up.
With a lot of the video games, the stakes are so high. The drama is so huge. I mean, we're not talking about my boyfriend dumped me or I really like this girl, or my God, it's hot outside. It's the world will be taken over by aliens. You know what I mean? I'm being attacked. So really, les enjeux, the stakes are really, really high. So I think one of the key things when you're doing video game characters is to really commit to the universe of it, to the world of it, because it is a universe in of itself. It's an independent world that has huge stakes. It's a high-stakes poker game, and you can't be casual.
What I found hard with this was that she's very... It was like the emotionless quality without making her sound like a robot. That was kind of a difficult balance to achieve. So we played a lot with it to kind of find a really good middle ground between the two. So I guess she's kind of ethereal in a way that her voice kind of sounds detached. She doesn't seem to have like an invested humanity to her voice. But yeah, it was kind of the balance of making her feel kind of otherworldly, but not 100% cold, I guess.
Doing voice work is much harder than doing, not much harder, but very different than doing stage work or even film and television work, because you have to be able to capture an emotion using, obviously, only your voice. And it's tricky. I mean, I could be in a booth and I could say something and I'd feel the proper thing. And then the director would say, I didn't get that, do it again. And I'd say, can I hear it? And he'd be absolutely right. Even though I was feeling it, it wasn't coming across. And then I'd have to find ways, especially with Adam, because he's very serious at points through a lot of the game. So, and his emotions he keeps inside him. So when you get to a point where you have to show something that Adam's, where it's not yelling, or it's not something that's obvious, it gets very tricky to play him.
I'll never stop looking.
Yeah, that's the challenge with voice work, is to transmit everything through your voice. But actually, it's funny, because I guess with Eliza, it's kind of the opposite. It's pulling back and not expressing too much. So that was the the kind of challenge with this one.
Sometimes you have to do like the and the choking or whatever, so you will do that to yourself. You will come out of it, depending on the material, a lot of the times with your throat very, very sore. You're practically spent, and because you're in maybe a 2 or 3 hour voice session, you're recording some very, very intense stuff that is compressed.
Oh, goody. I'll be sure to take notes.
It does affect you. It affects you physically, it affects your voice, but some people come out of it, they're going, okay, I've just, like for the last 4 hours, I've just said, grenade! Don't go there, please! Sorry, sound guy, but I kept you on your toes. I saw you with the little nod there.
I think it's exciting. I think it's fun to be part of something that has such a great following, and hopefully they will enjoy this third game.
When I first got the role, I knew about Deus Ex, but I had never played it. And I went back and played it, and I was like, this is great. I can see why this is so popular, because I had no idea the popularity of it. And the second, and I didn't say anything, but somehow people found out I was playing the role. And it was just email after email after email. And I just couldn't answer them. I just wouldn't answer them because, they wouldn't let me. But it started mounting, and the pressure started mounting, and I started thinking, man, I hope this is good. If I had known what it was before, not that I would have played it any differently, but I would have maybe, I don't know, maybe I would have bowed out or something, because I would have been terrified.